Hello there, Sim0nTrains here, or some people like to pronounce it Sim0nTrains. And you join me at something different this morning at Rugeley Trent Valley Railway Station, because it's absolutely snowing. Now this only started about 6:15 this morning and about 7 o'clock now, waiting for the 0709 London Northwestern Railway service which will take me to Crewe. But today we are visiting 6 railway stations, but 5 of these railway stations are on the former Manchester to Southport Railway, which was built in 1855, which we're looking at today. So here are the following principal stations we're looking at: Gathurst, Appley Bridge, Parbold, Burscough Bridge, and the last station of the day we're filming at is Meols Cop. I did say there were 6 stations, but there was only 5, sorry. I do apologise for that. Now the reason I'm visiting this line is because it's a line that I wanted to do for a long while, to be honest. And since they've got a half an hour service at the moment, I thought, well, today's the day that I'm going to do this line. But also, we're going to have sprinters on this line today, because in the future, the Class 769 train will be operating Alderney Edge to Southport services. So why we're going to do this today, we're going to be actually filming sprinters on this line. So that 0709 should take me to Crewe right now, and then get out of this snowstorm. Hello, my name is Simon, and I'm a rail enthusiast for the town of Rugeley in Staffordshire. And I also use the railway to travel around the country. These are my journeys across the United Kingdom by the Iron Rails, which sometimes can go successful or end up in a disaster. The block now approaching this YouTube channel is the next Sim0nTrains railway journey, and I welcome you to this service. So please sit back and enjoy the adventure.
Without warning, or destroyed or damaged by the security services.
So I'm now at Crewe Railway Station. We are waiting for the 0809 Avanti West Coast service, which will take me to Wigan North Western, but this carries on to Blackpool North. And then at Wigan North Western, it's a quick walk to Wigan Wallgate Station to start our journey onto the Manchester and Southport Railways metals, or the ex Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway metals. But there is a bit of problems at Crewe this morning because... I was just looking down there, sorry. There was a bit of problems at Crewe this morning because they are cancelling trains towards Alsager. They cancelled the 0809 East Midlands Railway service, which you probably will hear now. No. Oh, that one's supposed to go by Stoke-on-Trent, but that's going through Stafford fast now. So there is a few problems at Crewe this morning, but hopefully it should not affect my train that I'm travelling on. Just gone through Appley Bridge and we're on the 0809 Avanti West Coast service to Blackpool North, but it only goes as far as Wigan North Western on it. Now in case you wonder why I'm not wearing face covering, it's because I do have a face exemption badge on me. But I just want to take the time to plug something on my YouTube channel now, because if you go to like the community tab and all that on my YouTube page, it does have a button at the top which says join. Now I'll explain this one quickly. Now if you press the join button, it will take you to a little teaser video, but it's for channel memberships. It's 100% optional, by the way. You don't have to subscribe for a channel membership if you don't want to, but it does help out the channel indeed. But with this channel membership you do get perks as well. So we've got the Basher at £1.99 and we've got the first class rider at £5.49. So they're the two types of tiers that you can get, and you do get perks with them as well. So I just want to plug this in now, and we're just going to carry on a journey towards Wigan North Western. This is Wigan Wallgate Station. This is one of two stations in Wigan. We got off at Wigan North Western and walked it to Wigan Wallgate Station. Now they're just calling by train to Southport now. But we are going to the first stop at Gathurst. And then at Gathurst we're going to have hourly waits at stations, fill with the trains, look at the history of the stations and see if there's any station features as well. So by train the 0855 should be arriving now to take me to Gathurst, which is one of 6 stations we're visiting today. Now on board class 156, 156429. This will take me to Gathurst. Now, the problem with today's plan is there's actually 9 stations on this route, but there is actually only 6 I'm visiting. I'm not visiting Hoscar, Rugeley and Bescar Lane, because these stations actually have 2 hourly waits at these stations. But we're on the Southport to all the edge services, which actually do not call these stations as well. So even though there is 9 stations on this route, between Wigan, Wallgate and Southport, I'm actually only calling at 6 of the stations today. So this is our first station out of 6 we're visiting today. This is Gathurst Station. We're still in the Metropolitan Borough of Wigan, and the station code for this station is GST. And it is a northern operated station with 2 platforms, and we're on the Southport bound platform. And to be honest, the snow has stopped and it's still snow around this station, so it is actually interesting to get some snow shots on this blog. Now we're going to have a look at some of the station features that are at this station, and then after that we're just going to do a station history of Gathurst Railway Station. We're now going to look at the station features on the Southport bound platform. It does have a help point here, and just behind me here is a waiting shelter. I would not recommend going in that waiting shelter at the moment because it is muddy as hell in there. And also on the Southport bound platform it does have dot matrix screens as well. We now come to the end of the Southport bound platform, and at the end of the platform there is actually a bin just here, and there is something very interesting at the end of the platform. The exit's right here and there's a gate. You know what this means? Has to be done. One good thing about the Southport bound platform is that it does have a ramp to take it down to street level, so this side of the platform is disabled access friendly. and disabled access on this side towards Gathurst Station on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform is brilliant indeed, because there's actually a road that takes you onto the platform. However though, the ticket machine is actually on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform. It's actually not on the Southport bound platform. So your ticket machine is just right there. We're just going to go on the platform, and yes, there is another gate there. You know what happens now, do we?
Oh.
Yeah, that gate is actually now lodged. We're now on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform, and there's a help point right here. The dot matrix screen is just there. There's actually a bus stop style waiting shelter here. If I just turn the camera around, the bus stop style waiting shelter is also here as well. So I'm now going to read out some information and station history of Gathurst Railway Station. Gathurst is on the outskirts of the metropolitan borough of Wigan, Greater Manchester. The station actually serves though the nearby village of Shevington. The station was built by the Manchester and Southport Railway and opened on the 9th of April 1855. At one point the station was also named Gathurst for Shevington. Until 1973 it was just named Gathurst. The main stone station building is built in the standard Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway style. The Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway merged with the Manchester and Southport Railway in 1854, a year before the station and the line actually opened. So what do I think of Gathurst Railway Station? It's wonderful indeed. The station building is ex-Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, and it is a nice spot to film trains at as well. But unfortunately we have to move on, and in this direction we'll be travelling towards our next station, which is about 4 minutes down the line, which is Appley Bridge. So our train to take us there should be arriving now. Appley Bridge Station is just up that road there. I've just come down this road a little bit because there is actually a bridge here, and just looking here is the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, which absolutely looks wonderful during winter time. Now just to note, I don't think you can see it yet, but the sun is trying to poke through now. Now today the sun wasn't actually expected, because it was supposed to be cloudy all day, to be honest, when I checked the weather last night. So the snow scenes further down the line might actually disappear, which is a shame really, because they are wonderful to see indeed, and to film trains out in snowy shots. But this is Appley Bridge Railway Station. Now the 3-letter code for this station is APB, and this is a 2-station platform and is served by Northern Trains. And that side there is the Southport bound platform, and we're standing on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform. So we're going to have a look at the station features of this station and also do a bit of station history of Appley Bridge as well. So this is the station facilities on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform. And the help point's right here. The waiting shelter's just here. And we're going to the waiting shelter. There is actually a ticket machine at this waiting shelter, and also the dock matrix screen is just up there as well. And on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform there's this nice road that takes you down towards the railway station, which is just here. And yes, there's a gate in red there as well, but I don't think I can kick it from this side. Now on the Southport bound platform there is a very long ramp that takes you down to the platform, so it is disabled access friendly. But I mean, it's just absolutely long indeed. Probably think it takes about a minute just to get to the road. And on the Southport bound platform your ticket machine is right here, your help point is here, your waiting room is just here with a dot matrix screen inside it, and also down the bottom here is some cycle racks. So there, this is some station information and some station history of Appley Bridge. It serves the villages of Appley Bridge and Shevington, which lies in the metropolitan borough of Wigan, Greater Manchester. The station was opened on the 9th of April 1855 by the Manchester and Southport Railway. Like at Gathurst Railway Station, Appley Bridge also has a main stone building which is out of use, and this was built in Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway style. So this is Appley Bridge Station, and it's a very nice station indeed to film trains at, but I think the best way to film it is actually on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform, not the Southport bound platform. Now we'll be leaving here at 11:03 because it will take you to the next destination, which is further down the line, in this direction down here, which is Parbold. So we're going to wait for this train to ride out to take me to Parbold. After a quick walk onto the Wigan Wallgate bound platform and at Parbold railway station. Now the 3-letter station code for this station is PBL, and this is the Northern Trains operating station that has 2 platforms. Unlike Gathurst and Appley Bridge, the station building is actually in use at Parbold, and it is a nice location indeed. There is actually a Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway single box down the bottom there next to the level crossing, which I'll show you in a second. But the line after this is actually on a straight line. If you have a look down here, you can't see much, but the line is actually straight. Now a bit further down the line is another railway station called Hoscar. Now I'm not stopping at Hoscar because A, The trains that I'm on is the Oldie Edge to Southport services, and they don't stop at Hoscar. They actually always speed through Hoscar. And B, if I did do Hoscar Station, it would be a 2-hour wait at Hoscar Station. So after I filmed at this station, I'm actually moving on to Burscough Bridge. And also mentioned throughout the blog that I was filming at 6 railway stations today. That is a complete lie. It's actually 5 railway stations. I've miscounted. So I do apologise on that. So I'm going to do the station history of Parbold Station and have a look at some features at this railway station as well. So this is the station's history of Parbold Station. The station serves the village of Parbold and Newborough in West Lancashire. The station was opened by the Manchester and Southport Railway on the 9th of April 1855. But when it was opened, it was named Newborough. Then it was renamed to Newborough for Parbold, and then it was also named Parbold for Newborough. At one point, the village of Dalton wanted to be mentioned as the official station name. So the company ended up deciding, you know what, forget this, we'll just name it Parbold. But then at one point the station was renamed Parbold for Newborough around the 1960s to the 1980s, but finally in 1973 it was named Parbold. So these first are the station facilities on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform. It has a waiting shelter, also has a ticket machine on this platform, some bike racks to store your bikes, and it also has some Amazon lockers on this platform as well. And it also has a ticket office as well, which is open from 6:30 in the morning to 1 PM in the afternoon. And the station is also disabled access friendly on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform, which you can just leave the station here and go this way towards the street. But it also has another exit as well. So the exit I just showed you is just there. Now the other exit is just down here, but it takes you down a subway to go underneath the road. Just in case when the level crossing gets activated, there is actually a subway which people can walk past, so they don't have to wait at level crossing for trains to pass. So this single box right here is Parbold cabin. Now this is a Type 9 Saxby and Farmer Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway single box, built in 1877. And the subway just down here, well, this subway was constructed in 1904. And on the Southport bound platform, you've got the waiting shelter here. If you go into the waiting shelter, your dot matrix screen is just up there. But on both platforms, there is no help points at this station. Find that strange? So the big question to ask is, what do I think of Parbold Station? This is a beautiful station indeed to film at. It's got the station building which is still operational. It's got a single box down there, but this is the problem. The Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway don't call their boxes single boxes. They actually call them cabins. But that single box down there actually dates from 1877. There was additional information about that on a board down here for the West Lancashire Line. But it also has an old crossing down here. This is just a brilliant location to film trains at. This is the reason why I came today, is because we try to film as much sprinter action as we can, because in the future the class 769 trains, which is just basically a class 319 with I think a battery or diesel tank underneath it. I think it's batteries, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure on that. If you do though, feel free to comment down below, but these will be running these services on this line very soon. So we've come today to film as much sprinter action as we can. The next station, as I mentioned, is Hoscar down the line. But I'm not going to be filming at Hoscar because it's 2 hourly wait, and the trains that I'm on, the Old Edge Southport services, do not stop at Hoscar. So the next station is Burscough Bridge. So this is station number 4 we're at today out of 5, and I did say 6, but I do apologise about that. I think I've not woken up properly this morning and said 6 instead of 5. But this is Burscough Bridge. Now to pronounce it, you actually say B-U-R-S-C-O. That's all you got to say to pronounce Burscough Bridge. This is one of 2 railway stations in Buscough, because the other railway station is actually called Buscough Junction, which is actually on the Ormskirk to Preston line. But we're here for an hour to film some sprinter trains through here and have a look around. So here's the station facilities of Burscough Bridge and then the station history. So it's got this modern waiting shelter on the Southport bound platform, and inside this waiting shelter it has a ticket machine in this waiting shelter. But the interesting thing is, a bit further down here there's another ticket machine. On the Southport bound platform it even has a ticket office and a cafe here as well, but they're both closed at the moment. And there's that other ticket machine right here. It also has Amazon lockers at this station as well. Even though both platforms got stairs at the end of them going up onto the road level, it does have disabled access, which you can just leave the station from this way. I'm now on the Wigan Wallgate side, and on the Southport side it has 2 ticket machines like I mentioned, one there, one down there. But on the Wigan Wallgate bound platform it actually has 2 shelters. There's one shelter here and the other one is just here. And in the shelters, the dot matrix screens are actually inside the shelters. So this is the station history information of Burscough Bridge. Burscough Bridge is a town in West Lancashire. The station was built on the 9th of April 1855 by the Manchester and Southport Railway. Until 1962, passengers could travel to Burscough Junction and on to Ormskirk, and also could travel to Preston from here using the Buscough curves, which I'm going to show you now. We're now looking at where Buscough curves used to be, right next to Buscough Bridge Junction single box. Now, the north curve, which was a bit further down the left hand side, was taken out in 1969. The south curve, however, which was right next door to the single box, was a double track bay line, but it was reduced to a single track with freight only for MOD traffic, and this lasted until 1982, and both are being ripped up. There is plans to try and reinstate the curves, but I don't know if they're going to be successful or not yet. And you see that bridge down the bottom, right there is the Preston to Ormskirk line. My time is nearly up at Burscough Bridge. Now, if it was up to me, I would have walked to Burscough Junction, but with the time that I got here, I did not have the time to do that, I'm afraid. So I thought my train was coming for a second. However, though, we will be moving down the line to the last station of the day, station number 5, which will be Meols Cop, which is in that direction down there. Also down there, there's actually 2 more railway stations down there. The only problem is, though, I can't film at them railway stations because A, the Old Edge Southport services do not stop there, and B, they're like Hoscar. You're going to be there for 2 hours waiting between a train to a train, because the other services that serve here is the Staley Bridge to Southport services, and they're the ones that are stopping at those stations, but they're 2-hourly waits at the stations. So that's why I'm skipping them 2 stations and heading to Meols Cop. But that station is also interesting as well because it's actually not on this line originally, which I'll explain more when I get there. So our train should be taking us to Meols Cop right now. So this is our last station we visited today, Meols Cop. Now this is actually an island platform, but it does have 2 platforms and it's northern operated station. Now the interesting thing about Meols Cop is it's actually not on the Manchester and Southport Railway's line. This is actually another operating company, pre-grouping, that actually built this station, which I'll explain the station history in a bit. Because later on, they actually diverted the line off the Manchester and Southport Railway to this station, and then the last station is Southport, which is in that direction. So we'll have a look at the station facilities at this station and then do the station history of Meols Cop. And the 3-letter code for this station as well is MEC. So these are the station facilities at Meols Cop. It has 1 waiting shelter here, and it also has another waiting shelter over here. Dot matrix screens are just above us now. There's also a ticket machine on this side of the platform, which is just right here. So the station does have a bike rack and a bike shelter, but however this station does not have any help points here, and that was the same with Burscough Bridge, and that was the same with Parbold. So I don't know what's going on there. Why is there no information help points here? Sadly, this station is not disabled access friendly. The only exit and entrance to this station are these steps right up here. We're now looking at the island platform Meols Cop. Now Meols Cop Station serves the Blowick section of the coastal town of Southport. The station opened on the 1st of November 1887 as part of Liverpool, Southport and Preston Junction Railway, from Southport Central to Old Car and Hill House. Between 1909 to 1970, this station actually saw third rail for electric trains, but the third rail was ripped up in 1970. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to leave Meols Cop Station. I'm going to walk down the road. I think it's about 11 minutes walk. But I'm going to show you A, where the Manchester and Southport Railway used to travel through, Blowick, and B, where the disused station of Blowick used to be. Behind me here is Meols Cop Road. Now there's nothing interesting here, but what's in front of me is, if I turn the camera now, is where the interesting thing lies. Because here used to be the site of Blowick Railway Station, which is now a disused railway station. I think it has been infilled as well a bit. But the original Manchester and Southport Railway actually did used to run in this direction right here. So I'm just going to do a quick history of Blowick Railway Station before I go back to Meols Cop Station to do some more filming. We'll now look at the site of Blowick Railway Station. The station opened on the Manchester and Southport Railway in early 1871 as Cop End. The station is renamed to Blowick on the 1st of October 1871. However, the station closed on the 25th of January 1939. So I'm now back at Meols Cop Station, and we haven't got long because I'm waiting for a train to go to Southport and I'm jumping on the 1422 back to Wigan Wallgate. But that carries on to Oldley Edge, that goes by Manchester Piccadilly, Stockport, Wilslow to get to Oldley Edge. However though, there was something interesting I did see online when I was looking for Blowick stations and photos. So apparently Meols Cop is a disused railway station as well. I'm going to have a look at that quickly before this train arrives. But anyway, it is time to leave Meols Cop. And this is a beautiful station to film at indeed. There is actually another disused station just down the bottom called St Luke's before Southport Station. And that's where the Manchester and Southport Railway and this railway actually joins up. But unfortunately I don't have time to have a look at it, so I might do that another day. So, as I mentioned, I'm going back to Wigan Wallgate on the 1422 to get back to Wigan North Western, to go back down the West Coast Main Line to Crewe, and then it's back to Rugeley. Now made it back to Crewe Station, and my next train is actually just right behind me here. This is 350-254, which is attached to 350-261. This will take you back to Rugeley Trent Valley, which is the 1633 to London Euston, and then after that I change from the 1720 to Rugeley Town, which goes on to Birmingham International. So the journey is nearly at the end, but we do have a couple more trains to ride on before I get back to Rugeley Town. I'm now back at Rugeley Town Railway Station. We did start here this morning and it was absolutely snowing indeed. It was really snowy here when I filmed the first train arriving. But the snow did stop when I get to Wigan though, and then after Wigan we visited the following stations which we're going to talk about today. We visited Gathurst, we visited Appley Bridge, we visited Parbold, we visited Burscough Bridge, and we also visited Meols Cop. And we also visited the Disused station of Blowick. I'm not even going to imagine what the YouTube subtitles have just said to that, to be honest. It's probably said a different word. But anyway, 3 out of the stations we visited today, the snow was still down. At Gathurst, Appley Bridge and Parbold. And it really did make some good snowy scenes today, indeed, with the sprinters that were in operation. We only saw Class 150s and the Class 156 DMUs, but it was still a good day to see some of them sprinters in snowy scenes, because the last snowy scene I did I think was in Yorkshire when I went to Ilkley, because I think at Baildon was the last time I seen snow on a blog, to be honest, that far back in February. But I can't complain about today. Even the weather was cold. I think it was like 3 degrees. It was very cold indeed, but I couldn't complain on that because I actually do work in a freezer in my job, to be honest, and that's like even worse conditions, to be honest. But we talked about today, and to be honest now I do want to talk about 2020, because it has really been a crazy year for all of us, to be honest, not just me, especially for all of you. And back in March when I did the lockdown one from the Nethley to Lichfield City station, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't feeling myself that day, because I do love this, and I do love doing this for you lot. And on that day it was like, I can't believe I have to stop doing this. Honestly, it was like I was in mourning that day. And then throughout April, May, it was like wondering, with the first lockdown, what are we supposed to do? Like, I could have easily just halted and waited for till this all blown over, but then July I just decided, let's go for it. Let's go for it again. And I know there's been a lot of people that have supported me from the first lockdown, still watching the walking journey videos when I did them, and travelled on the trains and the walking journeys in the second lockdown, and then till now. And I just want to say a special thank you to every single viewer who has watched my videos. So I don't actually do these for myself, to be honest. I actually do these for entertainment for you guys. And hopefully next year we can meet up, because this year has really been a bad year, to be honest, but we have made the best of the situation, and hopefully see you in 2021. So I want to say a special thank you to all of you who have watched my railway journeys, my walking journeys, any video I posted up, to be honest. And I think it's about time to end this video now, so feel free to, don't forget to like this video, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you do subscribe to the YouTube channel, switch the notification bell on, and feel free to leave a comment down below. And this blog has reached its final destination at Rugeley Town Railway Station. Thank you for travelling with Sim0nTrains for 2020, either though it's by train or by walking. And I'll see you for 2021 with brand new adventures from Sim0nTrains Railway Journeys. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'm going home now. Thank you.